Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, sometimes life is like a parody. It feels almost as if we're living through some sort of satirical comedy. This can't actually be real, right? They aren't really serious, that tends to be the question. Well, here's another one of those moments where it feels so incredibly surreal, so ridiculous that you probably might think to yourself this has to be some sort of joke, some sort of skit. But of course, over the years, we've wisened up. I guess we've been desensitized to it all. Desensitized towards all this leftist insanity, of course. We live in a world where the surreal has become just everyday, mundane reality. There's a viral clip currently bouncing around Twitter showing a top Democrat spokesperson in Denver during a secretly recorded moment, let's just say getting caught saying the quiet part out loud. Here's what's really going on. Here's what they're really doing. As per usual with these Democrats on the issue of illegal immigration, the NIMBY rule, not in my backyard, once again applies. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends, so take a look at this from End Wokeness, but just to try to do our best here to give everybody credit, I think the original clip is from Next with Kyle Clark. At least that's the watermark at the bottom of the video. But End Wokeness writes, a top official in Denver was just caught on tape begging illegals to leave the city. Denver newcomer liaison, any city, we can take you to the Canadian border, wherever. He promises them that there's better stuff awaiting them in Chicago and New York. However, Denver is a self-designated sanctuary city. Take a look at this.
Opportunities are over. That's Andres Carrera, political director for Denver Mayor Mike Johnston.
Nueva York te da más, Chicago te da más. Entonces sugiero que vaya por allá, donde hasta también con un albergue de más largo plazo, también hay más oportunidades de trabajo por allá.
Carrera is Denver's so-called newcomer communications liaison. That means that he meets the busloads of new arrivals. The city says this group got here on March 26, sent up by Texas's Republican Governor Greg Abbott. He warns them the jobs, the resources, the opportunities have already gone to the 40,000 migrants who came to Denver before that.
Hemos recibido demasiados migrantes y por eso se acabaron los recursos. Mira, no te vamos a bloquear. Si quieres permanecer aquí, no estoy aquí para bloquearte. Estoy aquí para avisarte que tu camino no ha terminado. Si permanecen aquí, te vas a sufrir hasta más. Y eso no lo quiero ver.
Parents listen quietly as children play on the floor. As Denver tells these families that have sometimes walked from one continent to another that they just have to keep moving. But they don't have to walk. Denver will buy them a bus ticket.
Tu camino no ha terminado. Tu camino no ha terminado. Que viajas un tantito más. No tienes que caminar por ningún parte. Podemos comprarte boleto gratuito. Puedes ir a cualquier ciudad. Hasta la frontera de Canadá te llevamos. A donde sea.
Typical Democrat hypocrisy. It's the not in my backyard doctrine. They love to seem woke and compassionate. I mean, for Pete's sakes. A couple months ago, Democrat leaders in Denver were announcing that they were planning to cut public services to redirect those funds into taking care of all the illegal immigrants, who I guess are the top Democrat taxpayer priority there now.
I'm here to talk a little bit about the devastating impact of the failure of Republican leadership in Congress this week to pass comprehensive immigration change and the impact that will have on both city budgets and on services that we can provide for newcomers in the city. The second is we will start to have to greenlight a set of hard decisions about budget reductions across the city to meet those costs that we know will continue to arrive. We want to talk about two of those today. While they're the first steps, they unfortunately will not be the last and may not be the hardest. This is a plan for shared sacrifice. And so in terms of our first step on city cuts, we are announcing today we will make some changes both to our services at DMV and to our services on Parks and Rec.
Oh, how woke and how charitable. A kumbaya moment. No human being is illegal and borders a racist moment from the woke progressive Democrats. But then, of course, beneath the surface, as the fog dissipates, you see exactly what's really going on. Oh, we care so much about these illegals. And Donald Trump's a real bad racist. But all you illegal immigrants hanging out here, can you please go literally anywhere else? I mean, we'll drive you out the way of the Canadian border. We hear that Justin Trudeau guy is a swell chap. That's the message. We're a sanctuary city. We'll direct funds to taking care of you. We'll take you in. And then when you get there, they have a spokesperson going around saying, please, literally, anywhere but here. From sanctuary city on the front end to literally anywhere but here. It's comical. It's the stuff that memes are made out of. It's something that you would expect in a skit. an SNL skit. If SNL did actual comedy on relevant topics and events, but thankfully enough, I mean, the Babylon Bee tends to engage in actual comedy, especially political humor, and I guess this is where the point is proven. Left-wing insanity has reached the point of comedy. Here's a Babylon Bee headline from roughly a year ago. Sanctuary City bummed now that it has to do the actual sanctuary part. Leftists love to virtue signal. They just hate to actually participate or actually have to execute or sacrifice in order to achieve actual results. You know, they'll go on and on about protecting illegal immigrants, classifying them as asylum seekers, but when it comes to housing those migrants, they certainly don't want to be part of that process. No, that's for the billionaires to fund. That's for the rich people's taxes to take care of. Create an unsustainable crisis because it makes you feel good, but don't actually participate in realizing the utopic vision that exists in your left-wing fantasies. Well, that shouldn't be the way the world works. You asked for it, therefore it's your responsibility, therefore you deal with it. The level of hypocrisy here is unreal, especially after the last couple of years of hearing Democrats tell us over and over again how evil Greg Abbott is. He's so evil for sending illegal migrants to New York and Chicago. He's toying with these people's lives. But what else are you supposed to do? I mean, New York City's the big, rich, woke city that declared itself a sanctuary city with all the money and resources. I mean, clearly it's the most logical thing to do. The illegal migrants themselves want to go to New York, and supposedly New Yorkers, or at least New York Democrat politicians, are happy to take on this burden. And so Greg Abbott continues to load these illegal migrants by the busload, shipping them straight to New York City. Supposedly he's a horrible person for doing so. Meanwhile, Democrats in Denver are doing the exact same thing. I mean, there's the argument, you heard it. If anybody ever questions Florida Governor Ron DeSantis or Texas Governor Greg Abbott in the Lone Star program, simply respond with the quote as seen on screen.
Nueva York te da más, Chicago te da más. Entonces sugiero que vaya por allá, donde hasta también con un albergue de más largo plazo, también hay más oportunidades de trabajo por allá.
New York gives you more. Chicago gives you more, so I suggest you go there where there is longer-term shelter. There are also more job opportunities there. There it is. New York City is a haven for illegal migrants. They'll give you more, they'll house you, and they'll also work to give you work permits while fighting for your right to vote in local elections. There it is, case closed. You heard it from the Democrats themselves. It's a mix of the not in my backyard doctrine, heightened levels of hypocrisy, and also essentially saying the quiet part out loud. This is proof that Democrats are the problem. This is a Democrat-manufactured crisis. And just to make it even crazier, these people seriously tried to convince you that Donald Trump spiked the border bill and that the southern border crisis is all his fault. Give me a freaking break. Once again, the Democrats have been exposed. What an amazing secret recording. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.